because of the AoE. Because, well, taking out trolls with a Hunter Axe is actually pretty satisfying. And plus, you'll get interesting results. Now you'll notice the doll is standing. How is this possible? Well, in the game, she can only interact with you if you have one insight. Now I bet you're wondering, hey, you know, when you got killed by the cleric beast, how was she not standing? Well, that's because you're not supposed to get to the cleric beast before going to the hunter's dream for the first time. It's just not supposed to happen. Okay? Basically, it's kind of like your way of breaking the game without breaking the game. So basically, if you really wanted to see her get back up, you could have just left and come back. But I wanted to save this as a little final surprise for you guys. So, we got the doll here. We're not going to talk to her just yet. We're going to pick up some of the stuff that's lying around. We got a beckoning bell and a silencing blank. The beckoning bell helps you call for other hunters from other worlds to help you out with bosses. This is the old hunter bell. The old hunter bell gives you the ability to look for really weird red looking signs that come up from the ground. And those can bring in old hunter NPCs. Now, you'll notice Gurman's still here. We will talk to Gurman in just a little bit. But I want you guys to see something else. You notice that we got a Saw Hunter badge when we killed that pig, right? Well, this is where you go to buy that Saw Cleaver. So now you automatically have 2 of the best weapons in the game. Unless you want to go quality build. Basically. So this is where you can make your choices. Will you upgrade the axe to +2? Or will you upgrade the saw cleaver to +2? It really just matters upon your playstyle. But in the end, you will be upgrading both during your playthrough. Keep in mind, the saw cleaver right here is used for quick attacks and extra damage to beast type enemies. The Hunter Axe is used for really big enemies, AoE attacks with groups, and sometimes you can pull off some pretty good staggers with the Hunter Axe. So, if this was a playthrough I was going to be doing, I would upgrade my axe. Now keep in mind, we did get 1 additional bloodstone shard from an enemy, so we're going to go to Fortify. As you can see, fortify weapons using bloodstones. You can choose the saw cleaver or the hunter axe. We're going to be choosing the hunter axe. You can automatically get your hunter axe to +2. You need 8 shards to get to +3. Now I bet you're wondering though, what are the little slots that are glowing right there on the close to top right? Those are called blood gem slots. When it comes to blood gem slots, a lot of them do different things. Some of them are story based. You're going to find those blood gems. Some of them are so randomly generated that it will literally blow your mind. But you'll learn about those in time though when you're playing Bloodborne. I'm not going to spoil that for you. But we don't have any blood gems right now, so we're worrying about our base attack. Now keep in mind, our base attack, let me show you here. Give me a minute. Our base attack went from 98 to 116. Which means when you do your next run in Central Yharnam, if you take the tips that I've given to heart, you will do just fine no matter if you want to be cautious or aggressive. Just always remember to mix a little bit of caution in with your aggressiveness. Now we're going to talk to Gurman a little bit here.
Aha. You must be the new hunter. Welcome to the Hunter's Dream. This will be your home for now. I am... Gammon. Friend to you hunters. You're sure to be in a fine haze about now, but don't think too hard about all of this. Just go out and kill a few beasts. It's for your own good. You know, it's just what hunters do. You'll get used to it.
So, when it comes to Gurman, sometimes he'll tell you certain things that are lore, and sometimes he'll tell you things that you should do. Or look out for, I guess you could say. Also, real quick, because you got the beckoning bell, if you go to the purchasing items, you automatically unlock the small resonant bell. The small resonant bell is used to help other hunters in other worlds. You can use this when you go online. Basically, let's say you're low on insight to do co-op with other people in your world. You can help other people in their world. Maybe if you help them kill a boss or two in their world, in that same area, you'll end up getting 1 insight for your troubles. But also, you know, at the same time, this can also give you an opportunity to practice. Hunters in Central Yarnum are either using the small resonant bell for 2 different options. Either A, to grind for insight. Well, technically 3 different ways. Grinding for insight, practicing your weapons, or getting souls, or blood echoes, so you can level up. When it comes to the small resonant bell, it's entirely up to you if you want to do it. Some people like to go completely solo their first time. Sometimes people want a little bit of everything when it comes to their action. Only use the small resonant bell, like I said, to help others in their worlds if you want to get more insight. But if you play your cards right, you won't ever need to use the small resonant bell, unless you want to play with others. We're going to go over here and talk to the doll.
Hello, good hunter. I am a doll, here in this dream to look after you. Honorable hunter, pursue the echoes of blood, and I will channel them into your strength. You will hunt beasts, and I will be here for you to embolden your sickly spirit.
Basically, she helps you level up. But here's the funny thing about it. Once you talk to her and you get your first level up with her, if you ever run out of insight, all you have to do is just go to her lifeless doll, and she'll actually automatically have you level up. It's always important to talk to her the first time, in case you run out of insight.
Very well. Let the echoes become your strength. Let me stand close. Now shut your eyes.
Now, when it comes to your first level ups with a strength build, most people are like, oh, I'm going to put a little bit of vitality. Maybe I might put a couple levels in endurance. But I want to keep more high vitality. No. Your first ones, put it into your strength. When it comes to your first one, strength. After that, whatever the fuck you want it to go to. Your first level ups should go straight into what makes you strong. Then after that, you can choose vitality, endurance, whatever you want. You want a little bit of boost for your buck, for your weapon, aside from the fact that you're upgrading it. You're gonna need it. You're seriously gonna need it. So keep that in mind.
Hello, good hunter.
So, then this is where you would go to Central Yarnum. We're going to go through the little loading screen here. It's a pretty strong one here. And then this is where I'm actually going to leave you guys for your adventure, because you just cleared everything from the left side. Now it's just down to you clearing the right side and picking up all the items, checking around every corner, wondering if you should be cautious or if you should be aggressive in different situations. Because automatically, if you would have done everything I said, you would have one of your 2 main weapons at +2. You would have both your main weapons for your basic build. And you will have at least one or both of your sidearms, which is either going to be just your blunderbuss or a blunderbuss and a hunter pistol. You can go, this is as basic as you can go. Now when it comes to this build, I'm going to give you the stats that you should be aware of for this build. You need to get to 50 strength in your playthrough to bring out the pure power of your axe and your cleaver combined. I would also recommend getting your skill to 25. Not just so you have a little bit of bang in your butt when you do a parry and repost, but also to bring in the soft cap of the leveling of your hunter axe and saw cleaver. Your vitality, it's always good to get that to around 40. So, you know, try and get to around 40 vitality if you can. You know, in terms of your health. Endurance, to be honest, I'd recommend 20 to 25 endurance, because you'll learn in time that some stats don't really need as much put into them if you unlock the right things. I'm going to say it like that without spoiling too much. Blood Tinge and Arcane, those are completely up to you. Arcane starts getting okay around 15, because that allows you to use particular hunter tools that you will find in your playthrough. Blood Tinge is specifically, like I said, for certain weapons and your firearm. If you are doing a basic playthrough with just your blunderbuss and your hunter pistol, you don't even need to bother upgrading your blood tinge. Like I said, this whole little startup walkthrough here is for people that want a playthrough so basic that all they got to do is just get a few things. They got their build set up. All they got to do now is just go through the game and level up your stuff. That's it. That's all. That's all you need to do. The bosses are whatever you want them to be. Do not give up against your bosses. Just practice. Some bosses will give you a really, really good challenge. But in the end, when you kill the boss, you'll feel this utmost feeling of satisfaction. And that satisfaction is what will mold your mind into becoming a Souls player. So yeah, this is basically the end of this little startup walkthrough. I'm going to do a little bow to you guys watching. If you enjoyed what you saw and you learned something new, give the video a like. Leave a nice little comment down below if you want to. Share this with your friends if they plan on playing Bloodborne. You know, completely up to you. I might do another startup introduction walkthrough for maybe Dark Souls 1, maybe Dark Souls 3, whatever. But I wanted my first one to be Bloodborne because Bloodborne is my favorite Souls game. So, see everyone around Yarnum. I will say this to you. Play offline if you don't want to deal with invaders. Play online if you want your playthrough to be a little bit saucy. So, until next time, a hunter must hunt even in a dream.